What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Recoup. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Monday, April 21st, the day after Easter, 420. What's going on? How the hell are you doing? Tell me I look 25. My daughter, my 2-year-old, after I did this to surprise everybody, to shock them, and my 2-year-old kept on going, put it back on. Put it back on, Dada. My daughter was like, you kind of look younger, but you look a lot worse. And my 10-year-old son was like, no. What's going on, everybody? What is happening? Look at you people. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a lot, isn't it? This is not the way I usually look. I'm looking at myself on the screen and I look different. What's up, Rome? How are you doing? It's been an interesting day. Look, I haven't really dove into the sites that I usually check. I've just been on Twitter kind of, I don't know. I saw that the Pope passed away the day after Easter. I guess a lot of you think he was an evil man. I don't judge people like that. It's certainly the Pope. That's not my position. But I mean, if you're rooting for the obliteration of the Ukrainians and the Palestinians and are war hungry for war with Iran, maybe you're the problem. Anyways, folks, how the hell are we doing? The markets are getting smacked in the face, punched in the cock, and the crypto was doing okay. I feel like it was the easiest short in the history of mankind to, short some altcoins as they were performing well during a complete stock market bloody show. But, you never want to get too confident. I definitely did make some moves this morning, and I actually don't even know if it's paying off. I don't know what crypto alts are doing or what even Bitcoin is doing compared to the market, so we're going to check all that. What's up, Chuckle Cartel? Nice to say. LOL back on. Can you guys hear me? Shit. Coop's up today. Everything's good. You guys can hear me. I'm not going to do the entire 5-minute intro feeling like it's my best intro since I've come back to the show and then realized that I've been on mute the whole time. That's not going to be it, right? Anyways, if you're just listening to the show, your boy changed the way he looks. I'm wearing a hat and I shaved my face. You got to be careful. When you tell somebody they're old on Twitter and they're going through a midlife crisis, they may shave their face and put a hat on. This is my way of dealing with the midlife crisis. Shaving my face because my wife won't let me get a motorcycle. Nah, if I wanted a motorcycle, I'd get it. I've just seen way too many people break things and kill themselves on them. But you guys know what to do. What's going up? All right, so there we go. We're good to go. Let's go to CNBC because I'm actually curious on what's going on. Just as long as you guys can see all this. But let me refresh my second monitor here. And put this on here. There he is. Look at that. Look at me. My son was like, he's like, I noticed you have a fat chin and a big nose, Dada. He's like, I never noticed that before. It's like a fat chin's good, right? Big chin, big butt chin is a good thing. I'm like, what's going on with that nose comment, man? Jesus. My kids are tough critics. My wife is like, she calls it butt face. She's always called it butt face. She does not like it when I take a razor to my face. All good. Well, you know what, guys? Sometimes you just need to switch it up. I'm on a health kick, okay? I'm trying to get healthier, and I'm starting from scratch. Oh, my God. You guys don't care. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to CNBC and check out what the mainstream media is doing, what the markets are doing. I mean, last I looked, gold was knocking on the door of 3,500. That shit is crazy. Here we go. Let's make sure I'm sharing it. Let's get my face on here. You guys can see the face. All right. CNBC, what's going down? The markets is what's going down. The NASDAQ is down nearly 4%. Well, I guess it's near to 3.5%, but still down almost 600 points. The S&P 500 is performing similarly, almost down 200 points. They're all down about 3.5%, folks. The Dow's down 1,300 points. The markets do not like Trump's attacks on Powell. And obviously, maybe that's what the mainstream media wants us to think. But the real problem is that China is dumping U.S. treasuries at a record rate and scooping up gold. Is there a shift away from the US dollar? And will Bitcoin fill that void? Holy moly. Guys, are we right? Have we been right? Because this is what I've been thinking. I don't necessarily even root for it. It's much easier. Me and my large family, we live in a dome of ignorance and bliss, naivete, where we're just safe. We work, we make some money. My kids pursue their dreams. They're safe. That's what I want, but it's not the reality. Anyways, let's look at oil. Oil is down. Everything's down. Right across the board. We're not going to be down on gold, though, are we? No, sir. Up over 3%, folks. So the other markets are down 3.5%. Gold is up nearly 3.5%. Silver's up a little bit. Copper's down. Gold surges to a record above 3,400 as Trump threatens Fed independence. Happy new shaved style. Thanks, Mel. And don't forget to hit the like button. Jax is over there saying to hit the like button. Make sure you do that. Like it on X. Like it on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter. Let's get this thing going. We're gonna evolve as we go. But right now, it's a test of me getting in better shape, getting my mind right, and continuing to do this. The show's going to get better, folks. Watch. Continue to watch because it's going to get better and we're going to grow. It's happening. I'm making sure it happens. I'm not going to have any hair on this upper lip until this thing is fucking big, all right? So I'm threatening you guys. If you want to see this face normal, you're going to have to make this thing bigger. Crypto is, okay, on its way back down, not really holding up. But, Bitcoin is still nearly 87. Doja has a little bit. We're going to look at all that shit later, though. That's not our jam right now. You guys can see me. It's all good. Look at this, man. Oh, buddy. Got a little extra skin on that neck. Looking a little sad. All right. Trump ramps up attacks on Powell, demands loser Fed chair lower rates now. Does he understand that it's not just Powell making this decision, that it's a whole group of people that meets and, comes to a consensus? I don't know. All hail the king. Confidence in the U.S. We will be shaken if Trump... Oh, we will. Confidence in the U.S. will be shaken if Trump aims to fire Powell. Well, he's certainly indicating. I don't think he can do it. I think he's just trying to bully Powell into cutting rates or bully the Fed into cutting rates. Or he knows that they're going to cut rates in May, and he wants to make it look like they do it because he said so. Trump will host Walmart, Target, and Home Depot execs for tariff meeting. There's a lot of... Oh, we already talked about that. We'll move on. Okay. Ex-CEO, here's the number one word I never want to hear from my employees. Can I have a raise? I'm not going to look into that. Okay, let's go to Bloomberg. Right. You guys can see me, right? Yep. Let's refresh this bitch. 10 years down. All right. U.S. stocks tumble as Trump's threat to fire Powell adds pressure. Trump upping pressure on Powell again calls for rate cuts. The first pope, by the way, to be from the Americas, Argentinian man. And my feet, it's like, why are you dancing on the Pope's grave? Like, honestly, fine. You don't like him. Maybe you know more about him than I do. But I'm a little more God-fearing than that, to be honest. So, good luck. Good luck, dickheads. All right. Hegseth is under attack by disgruntled employees, Trump says. Oh, yeah. It's always the disgruntled employees. Sorry, I'm a little cynical today. In the least shocking news that you will read today, Cooper Flagg has entered the 2025 NBA draft. We won't spend too much time right now on, but folks, are you on Alpha Arcade? Are you on that? Because your boy, I was like, I'm checking Alpha Arcade. I'm like, I want to bet on the Warriors. I do believe that they own the Rockets. And I thought that they'd come out and smack Houston in the mouth at home in that first game. I was right. And I was like, but it's every time I would check Alpha Arcade, I would see that they were so, even as the number 7 seed and the Rockets, the number 2 seed, they were so favored. And then I just happened to look in the first quarter, in the first few minutes of the first quarter of this game, and they had the Rockets as a 70% favorite over the Warriors. So I got the Warriors at 30 cents yesterday. Fuck yeah. Made some money, baby. I don't bet enough to be too happy, but, still. I wondered why. And then, meanwhile, I was wondering why the hell doesn't Alpha Arcade work? What is going on? I won this bet on the Timberwolves versus the Lakers. God, there's got to be a problem. I got to talk to somebody. And I realized my bet was not on the game, Timberwolves versus Lakers. It was on the series. So go Timberwolves for the whole series, because I did not win like I thought. Okay. But Moody's, MS, I don't know why I always do that. It's a nervous tick, apparently. MSCI launch service to, okay, what are we reading? Nobody cares. Why China dominates global shipbuilding. Yeah, because we stopped building them. And they were smart enough to keep manufacturing going. They weren't so short-sighted as the United States. Democrats say Doge staffers given unlimited 24/7 access at NASA. Okay, let's go to the block. Okay, South Korea, stablecoins. Metaplanet buys additional 330 BTC against crypto market uncertainty. Mantra founder will burn $82 million worth of his own tokens to rebuild trust following a $5 billion crash. Wouldn't touch that thing with your dick. Okay, sorry. I want to stop doing that. Or I don't need to stop completely doing that, but you know what? There is still a lot of green across this board in a market that is getting absolutely crushed. Looks like Sol's getting hit a little bit. Block works. After his pimpin' ain't easy tweet, Jesse Pollock calls for a better OnlyFans on base and apologizes for posts about pimping. So at the same time as him calling for an OnlyFans, he says, I'm sorry about that pimping, baby. Hey, you know pimping ain't easy, girl. Yeah. I feel like that's how Jesse Pollock should talk. It'd be like, yo, what up, man? Pimping ain't easy, baby. Why you tripping? Why you tripping at Audrey Strobel? Come on over, baby. I'll give you a little kiss on the cheek. We'll make some Skrilla together, baby. Hey, that's how I would pimp. Does that sound like a fun pimp? Vitalik Buterin suggests replacing EVM with RISC-V, RISC-V, something that your boys at Polkadot have been doing since 22, 3? I don't know, but honestly, in my humble opinion, I thought that being an ETH killer was a joke for a long time. I actually think Polkadot is the ETH killer, not because it's going to do it, these kind of superficial, is literally leading Ethereum and tech, and they're following. Eventually, people are just going to use Polkadot. Maybe you guys are all sleeping on Gavin Wood. I think you are. So I'm not. I might maybe be making an extremely stupid bet, but that's how I feel. Should we look at, what is this? Decrypt. See if there's anything interesting over here. Unicoin. Strategy's big. Bitcoin purchases barely impact price. Why is that? Crypto shorts get wrecked as Bitcoin rises following Trump attacks. We're going to look at some of this stuff. I'm curious about what the dollar is doing. We'll look at Bitcoin versus gold. Can't be doing, kind of know where that is, but I'm not sharing Decrypt. Sorry. All right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. I'll share that. Make sure you guys can see it. Let's see what's going on. We're a bit more in greed. We're ticking up every time I look. Bitcoin is sub 87, but still up 3% in the last 24 hours when the market is getting absolutely crushed in pre-market and in market. So we got 7 days. Yeah, you guys can see all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Bitcoin's back over 87,000 now. ETH is just languishing. Sub 1,600. I don't know. Does it have the energy? I don't know. XRP is at like 207. It's been hovering right above $2 for a while. Solana is at 135, up about 4% in the last 7 days. Yep. Doge sitting in that 15, 16 cents. Cardano pretty sideways above 60. Avalanche is just hovering over $20. This morning when everything was still pumping and I was seeing the market, I actually sold out of my AVAX position. I might be back, but I sold out of it at like 20.55. That's all I did. I only had like 50 left, and so I sold it. So far, it was the right choice. I have a feeling that things are going to go down more, and I'll make some purchases of things that I'm kind of desperate to get into. Not desperate, but want to add to. All right, let's keep on moving on. 20 at number 20, showing some strength, sideways strength, but showing some strength. No, there's no strength. What am I talking about? Polkadot is at 382. It's pretty good. Sideways as fuck. Remember when there was panic, Binance delisted Monero and it went down to like $100? John Woods was crying. I think it was the day that John Woods came on my show again. The last time he came on my show, it was about $100. If you bought Monero after that, you made a good decision. Algo. Look at you. Similar to Polkadot, sideways as fuck, but still over 19 cents, knocking on the door of 20 cents. Pretty good, Algo. Come on. Let's get that love. Let's get you back into the top 30. The Trump token. All right. What about Vestige? An ASA Paradise. A bunch of stuff I don't care about. There's Voy up 12%. Voy's feeling it. Meep up 10%. Tiny's in the green. Wow. Why doesn't Coop get any of this biggest gainers, popular, trending shine? Look at that. Back up here in the mix, folks. almost up to 2 cents. Haven't seen it like this. It's up 6.25% in the last hour, over 7% in the last 24 hours. Coop is for the gains and the things you're going to get. This is the chart you want to see. What's going on, baby? Myth Finance, are you a hero? I think you are. Keep on getting those blocks, Coop Algo holders. Hell yeah. Fish sticks. These guys generously hooked me up with some fish sticks. And it's looking good. What's going on with fish sticks? Is it just vibes? Look at that one. I mean, that chart. That chart's got a vibe. Fish is inspired by the legendary puffer, the OG party fish of the reef. Dive in and join the surreal journey. Okay. Well, I'm in, baby. They hooked me up. I'm in. Obviously, trade with care. Where's the arcade? How's the arcade doing? The arcade isn't going to really move until they sell their pre-sale. Like, I can't really move. If you can get it for a little bit cheaper, I mean, how are they going to sell that thing? Somebody over there on the arcade side needs to pump this price above the sale price so we can carry on. But I'm a fan of the arcade, and especially when I win like I did last night on the Warriors, when you get a good deal. This is something that you guys should be checking out. Is that if you know things about sports, if you have good instincts about politics or current events, like, go check it out. There might be a good opportunity that you're like, holy shit, why are people betting against this? The Rockets, I mean, look, I'm not going to celebrate the Warriors winning this series. It's just one game. But the Rockets really couldn't have pulled a worse team. They did not have a good history. And neither does Dylan Brooks from when he was on the Grizzlies. It's just, anyways, moving on. Let's see what Bitcoin Gold is real quick, even though I think we all know that it's down a touch because it's ticking down a bit while gold goes parabolic. Bitcoin Gold is down a bit, but this is about where it was. It's pretty much sideways. Are you sharing this? So on the day, Bitcoin is down. Down. Probably bounce. Could bounce. Feeling good about Bitcoin, but it's kind of ominous that the markets are getting hit so hard and Bitcoin is staying strong. Is it ominous or is it actually the way it's supposed to be? Well, I actually think it's more that. How's the dollar doing? Ooh, dollar. It got all the way down to the 97s. It made its way back up, but still down over 1% in the last 24 hours. Down across the board. That should be good for our Bitcoin. I guess that's partly why it's all going like that. Yeah. And now the treasuries are the 10 years ticking up. Okay. Check some Twitter, but let's look at you guys. Don't forget to hit the like. What grade are you in? Good evening. Happy new shave style, Coop. Thanks, man. Mark Cuban. What did Mark Cuban do? Do I look like Mark Cuban? Is that what you mean? Or a less expensive but still number one and utility dollar can happen, I think, especially if they're stable coins. Coop. Yeah, I think you're right. I think stable coins are the saving grace, and that's why the United States is waking up to it. Okay, stop sharing. What just happened? I stopped sharing. Why is it doing that? Oh. Why is it doing that? Nobody wants. All right, it won't let me. What's happening? Weird. All right. Well, it's not letting me share my screen, so. Or it's not letting me just go back to a full screen. But we're just going to hang out like this. Did it go away? No, we're good. I do look different. All right. Well, hey, guys, we did it. I mean, I feel like we did it. Let's go to X real quick, and we'll share that. Scroll some stuff. Doesn't need to be... we can scroll my news feed real quick. See what's going on. Kendrick Lamar is now a brand ambassador for Chanel. It will get awkward when Powell eventually does cut rates. Trump, we're going to make a lot of money. Any hockey fans? Sam Altman reveals users saying please and thank you to ChatGPT is costing the company tens of millions of dollars in electricity costs. Well, you know what? We need to keep our manners intact. If we just start bullying AI, then our behaviors are going to shift. I don't know if that's even true. That is a long list. Okay, what does she got? Clappy stars. There are now 72 crypto-related ETFs sitting with the SEC awaiting approval to list or list options. Everything from XRP, Litecoin, and Solana to Penguins, Doge, and a 2X Melania, and everything in between. Gonna be a wild year. None of that sounds important. A Melania ETF, like, what a fucking joke. So it looks like Coop Algo, which is a product of Myth Finance, which is brought to you by a very important member of the Coop DAO and community, is D13. We'll be lifting their limit soon, so you can stake your algo and earn Coop rewards, which the Coop community continuously is feeding those farms, making those rewards much more competitive than just regular liquid staking. Seems like the Coop community is also aggressively looking to give more utility for Coop Algo outside of Myth Finance and just that insane yield that you're earning. So fading Coop, certainly if you're in the Algorand community, is an odd choice. It's been around longer than every other coin that you probably like, except for maybe Akita and I think Finite maybe. But years in the making. Those dudes continue to keep it going. Love to see it. Meanwhile, Algorand just works. Yeah, I put this in the perspective of Polkadot being a ETH killer, considering that they've been doing this for years now. But in the end, when you just want something to work and you have a very straightforward use case, Algorand works exactly as promised and as you would want it to. I feel like it absolutely has the makings of being a chain that is a public good for the world. Easy to build on with all of the AlgoKit changes, and it's quick, it's fast, it's cheap. It just works, like Frugal said. I mean, I just can't with these fucking idiots. Oh, the Clippers and the Nuggets play today? Come on, Clippers. They gave up like a 20-point lead the other day. Can't give that shit back to the Nuggets like that. I'm rooting for the Clippers. For my son. We can vote. Let's vote for this. There you go. Look at that. Now it's Algo winning these polls. Justin Bieber's decided to do drugs again, apparently. Oh, cool. I'd listen to this. I mean, so much. Jesus Christ. So many people are so excited that the Pope died. Okay. Why is it doing this? Do you guys see it like this? Huh. I want to see on my monitor. There's a lag. I just want to make sure that why is it doing it like this? No. Yeah, now I'm just gone. Weird. That's weird. That's weird. Why is it? I mean, there's something has changed on my thing because usually when I say stop, sharing, stop sharing, and then it just brings me back. But that's not what's happening now. So we're gonna have to stay like this. All right. So looks like let's see. Bitcoin is now sub 87. It looks like we're giving the pump away now. I think that's starting. We'll see if what happens, but that's my best guess. All right, folks. Everybody smash the like button for Coop. Everyday Algonaut. What's going on? What's up? We did it. Lakers versus Wolves. Coop. Going to be a good series. The Wolves, man. I'm not a Lakers fan. I apparently bet against, if you missed the beginning of the show, Taco, I thought I was betting for the Wolves to win the game 1 in LA, but I was actually betting on the series because I'm an idiot. I still think that the Lakers might be able to pull this off, but at the same time, they look pretty terrible, and the Wolves looked a lot younger and more motivated. And there's something about LeBron that seems checked out. Something's happened. I think he might be ready to move on, which is not good for the Lakers. All right, folks. Hey, I appreciate you. Please do what Algonaut says. Everyday Algonaut says. Hit the like button. I'll figure out what the hell is going on with my screen. It's pretty annoying, to be honest. Something must have happened over here. Let me see if I can just fix this. No. Okay. All right, dude. Dudes, gals. Any gals out there? Yeah, man. Well, good luck, everybody. I hope that you're positioning yourself to buy a dip that probably will come after all of these nice prices. Or you're going to wait, or you're going to be even smarter than that and wait for everything to shake out. But who knows? Can't call it. You can just kind of DCA and do the best that you can. All right, folks. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you. See you soon. Peace.